For decades, intelligence chased monsters in the shadows, relying on eyewitness accounts and physical tracks. Then came the age of constant surveillance, and in the digital age, the monsters learned how to walk past the camera. Project Shadow Walk is the DHS and FBI designation of the assessment of the Fresno Nightcrawlers. These entities are the perfect modern phantom, short, utterly featureless, silent, and capable of a form of locomotion that defies everything we know about biomechanics. The core of the file is not the cryptid itself, but the failure of our technology to categorize it. Was the entity specifically designed to look like a digital anomaly? The intelligence community was forced to treat the video as evidence of a technologically superior, non-conventional asset. Today, using 8 highly specific declassified intelligence memos filed under CIA RDP 90, Surveillance Anomaly Series, we undertake the investigation into Project Shadow Walk. We'll determine if the Nightcrawlers are the ultimate evolutionary ghost or the vanguard of a new stealth reconnaissance technology. The Nightcrawlers appear almost exclusively in quiet, low-lit residential environments. This suggests either a habit preference or a calculated strategy to remain unseen except by automated infrared systems. The intelligence analysis quickly moved beyond visual confirmation to acoustic data. The video footage taken from high-sensitivity surveillance microphones captured no discernible sound of impact, rustling, or friction. An O&I acoustic verification focused on the implications of this perfect silence, saying, and I quote, "The total absence of ground friction, sound, or ambient acoustic disturbance during transit implies an operational method that avoids direct terrestrial contact, suggesting either anti-gravitic propulsion or the utilization of a lightweight, highly pliable biological substrate. The classification requires assessment as a zero acoustic footprint entity." End quote. The central puzzle is locomotion. The Nightcrawler's movement is too smooth to be conventional walking. It appears they are gliding or floating, a phenomenon dubbed zero-friction transit in the intelligence file. The lack of rotational torque, hip swing, and the constant uniform height suggests that the entity's legs are not primary propellants, but rather stabilizers or passive camouflage. A DHS biomechanics study classified the movement as non-Newtonian. Quote, "The entity's observed locomotion profile exhibits movement characteristics inconsistent with known biomechanical or conventional mechanical propulsion, i.e. wheels or legs. The smooth linear translation suggests the entity operates in a state of near zero friction, demanding analysis under the hypothesis of localized gravitational or pneumatic displacement." End quote. Why are the Nightcrawlers so unnervingly featureless? No face, no arms, just 2 moving pillars. This isn't just camouflage, it's profound psychological warfare design. The lack of features induces maximum uncertainty and prevents the human brain from categorizing it as a man or an animal. The entity is designed to be uncategorizable, which delays reporting and ensures the witness's credibility is damaged by the strangeness of the description. A CIA PSYOPS evaluation analyzed the entity's design goals, saying, quote, "The non-conventional morphology, the absence of cranial and upper limb definition functions as a psychological deterrent. The design induces high-level cognitive uncertainty in the observer, ensuring maximum difficulty in subsequent forensic description and leading to automatic classification as a low credibility encounter." End quote. If the Nightcrawler is biological, its internal structure must be impossible. How does a creature achieve bipedalism and maintain that rigid uniform shape without arms for balance or a visible head? The skeletal and muscular structures required for that gait without collapsing would be immense and should be visible. A biological assessment highlighted the necessary impossibility. This is a quote from the FBI Biological Structure Analysis from 2008. Quote, "The required internal support structure necessary to maintain the observed bipedal rigidity without external counterbalance suggests either a form of non-organic rigid internal support or a musculoskeletal system that defies conventional mammalian structure, rendering a purely terrestrial biological classification highly improbable." End quote. Conversely, the technology hypothesis required advanced material science. The entity's white, smooth surface is perfect for IR reflection and suggests a lightweight biomimetic shell. An analysis of the material requirements confirmed the complexity. This is from the DIA, a material science review from 2009. Quote, the entity's apparent structural lightness combined with high reflectivity to surveillance IR indicates a need for advanced low-density, high tensile strength biomimetic polymers. This material is currently classified at the redacted level and suggests utilization of a government or non-terrestrial asset. End quote. If the entity is a drone, what is its mission? Intelligence concluded its silent transit was likely paired with passive data collection. The smooth body could be an ideal surface for embedding tiny sensors, acoustic, atmospheric, or visual, without disrupting the camouflage. The entities are performing low-threat reconnaissance, observing human behavior in residential settings without triggering alarm. They are collectors using their stealth to gather silent data. An analysis of the assumed mission profile defined the threat. This is a quote from CIA RDP 90, the Mission Profile Assessment from 2010. Quote, the low-profile, non-engaging transit behavior of the NCTA strongly suggests a mission profile focused on passive urban data acquisition. The absence of visible sensor housing indicates the utilization of embedded, highly integrated sensory technology designed for long-term, low-threat surveillance of civilian patterns. End quote. The critical operational step in Project Shadow Walk was the attempt to replicate the transit using classified government technology. If the movement could be hoaxes, the threat was diminished. Intelligence teams attempted to use custom drones, lightweight materials, and advanced pneumatic systems to mimic the zero-friction transit. The results, however, were disastrous. The attempts were jerky, noisy, and immediately distinguishable from the original video. The failure to replicate the movement using even advanced classified technology led to a chilling conclusion. The Nightcrawler's propulsion system was either based on non-terrestrial physics or a breakthrough in material science far exceeding current U.S. military capabilities. Project Shadow Walk confirms that the ultimate security threat is the one we cannot categorize. The Fresno Nightcrawlers are silent walkers in our digital domain, proving that the enemy adapts to our technology faster than we can build it. We've covered the featureless phantom of the digital age. Now we dive back into the classic, terrifying face-to-face encounter with a small, yet profoundly alien humanoid that defined high strangeness in the 1970s. Next time we're pivoting to a deeply strange, high-credibility humanoid encounter called Project Bullcut, the FBI and local intelligence assessment of the Dover Demon sightings in Massachusetts in 1977. We will analyze the local intelligence reports that tracked this bizarre, thin-limbed entity with a disproportionately large, bulbous head and glowing eyes. We'll use CIA RDP 80 contact humanoid memos to assess the core question: was the Dover Demon a non-human entity that was biologically injured during a UAP crash? Or was it a terrifyingly real piece of folklore manifested through intense regional fear and expectation? The documented truth of Project Shadow Walk proves the greatest secrets are often hidden in plain sight, and if this deep dive into the archives has captured your focus, your support is vital as we investigate the tiny terror of the 1970s. One more quote on the Nightcrawlers, however. This is from the CIA's RDP 90 Final Assessment 2009 quote, the Nightcrawler entity is to be classified as a non-conventional transit anomaly. Its signature movements strongly suggest either a highly evolved non-human bipedal organism with negligible upper body mass, or a sophisticated biomimetic surveillance drone designed to defeat conventional pattern recognition, requiring reevaluation of all domestic surveillance protocols. I'll see you in the archives.